Good morning everybody. Class 5. How are you? I hope you are well. Today I take your literature class. In the previous day I have already completed chapter 5, that is the poem Nurse's Song. And today I revised again chapter 6, The Boy with an Answer. And who is the hero of the story? Who is the boy mentioned in the story? That is Tenali Raman. Okay, now I start the discussion of the story. Raman was a bright boy, but he was also very mischievous. He lived many years ago in a small village in the kingdom of Vijayanagaram in South India. Since he was an only child, his mother loved him very dearly. You could say that he was pampered too much and became a spoiled child. But Raman had a quick wit and this helped him to make friends and get along in life. That is, Raman was the only child of his mother and his full name was Tenali Raman because he lived in Tenali and he was very mischievous, not very good, and he lived in a small village in the kingdom of Vijayanagaram in South India. That is, he was the only son of his mother, that's why he was pampered. He was pampered too much by his mother. And in this way he became a spoiled child. And Raman had a quick wit, and for this reason he made many friends of him. At that time the ruler of the kingdom of Vijayanagaram was a mighty king called Krishnadevara, and who ruled the kingdom Vijayanagaram, that is Krishnadevara. What kind of king he was? He was very mighty, powerful. He was a powerful but fine ruler. He was a fine and powerful ruler. And at his court, there were many famous musicians, artists, and other wise and skillful people. That is, Krishnadevaraya was the ruler of kingdom Vijayanagaram. He was a kind, fine, and powerful ruler. And at that time, his court was fulfilled by many musicians, artists, and other wise and skillful people. Raman lived in a small village called Tenali, so his name was Tenali Raman. There was a school in the village, but Raman's mother thought that the other boys at the school would harm her dear little child. So she did not send her son to school, and this suited him fine. He could wander about all day. And be cheeky to whoever he liked. Of course, not being at school made Raman quite lazy. At that time, there was only a school in the village, but Raman's mother did not send her son to the school because he was the only child of his mother, and he was very pampered. And his mother thought that if he went to school, other boys would harm him, would joke him. So, and for this reason, he was staying at home, and for this he was being a naughty boy. Okay, he became a naughty boy. One day, as Raman was playing with some of his friends by the village pond, a holy man was passed that way. The boys ran along beside him. Any stranger in the village was a welcome sight to the boys. One day when he was playing by the side of the river, holy man was passing by on that way. And so all boys noticed at him, Raman was also noticed at him. Because he was a stranger at that village, the holy man stopped beside the pond to rest for a while. And as he sat there surrounded by the village boys, he noticed Raman. So he was very weak. Any reason he was very weak, the holy man was very weak. So he sat beside the pond to take a rest, and so all the boys were surrounded him because he was a newcomer at that village. And among these boys, the holy man especially noticed Raman. "Come here, son," said the holy man. Holy man told him to come to him. Raman went up to the holy man and stood before him. He was fascinated by the holy man's long hair and beads. The holy man was fascinated by Raman's smooth and handsome face and the bright sparkle in his eyes. Both of them were attracted by them. The holy man was attracted by the boy because the boy's handsome face and bright sparkle in his eyes, and the boy was very interested and attracted by the holy man's long hair and beads in his beads. Okay. What is your name? Asked the holy man. Holy man asked Raman what his name was. If you must know, replied Raman, it's Raman, but I don't know how this information will help you. That is, Raman told him that his name was Raman. Said the holy man, I see you are a boy with a quick wit, and as you seem to be so intelligent, why do you waste your time running about by this pond? That is, the holy man told him, okay, your name is Raman, but you looked like an intelligent boy, and there was an intelligence in the sparkle of your eyes. So he asked him why he wasted his time by playing with his friends by the pond, by the side of the pond. Raman was going to say something in reply when he stopped to think more carefully about what the holy man had said. Raman was going to say something, but he stopped to look at the holy man, what the holy man had said. He was stopped about what the holy man had said. Think about that. He thought about that. I can teach you something useful, said the holy man. Would you like to learn what I have to teach? Then the holy man told Raman that he wanted to teach him something, and if he wished to teach that or not. Raman was curious. What could the holy man teach him? Is it a magic trick? He asked eagerly. But Raman was very curious. What thing the holy man wanted to teach him? Is it a magic trick? Is it a strange thing to teach him? No, it is not, replied the holy man. It is something far greater than magic. Come close and listen. That is, the holy man told him that no, it is not magic. It was far better than magic. So he requested him to come close to him and listen. Raman stood right next to the holy man. Listen carefully and remember this, whispered the holy man. Holy man says in a whispering tone to the boy, that is, listen to me. Then the holy man recited a long mantra, and Raman listened carefully. Then the holy man recited a long mantra, going close to his ears. When the holy man had finished, he said, this mantra is far greater than any magic, my boy. When the time is right, go to Mother Kali's temple and recite this mantra 1,000 times. You will be surprised at how your life will change. Then the holy man stood up and walked off down the road. Holy man recited him a long mantra. He ordered the boy to go to a Kali's temple, goddess Kali's temple, and recite the mantra 1,000 times. And if he recited the poem 1,000 times, he was surprised to see that there was a great change in his life. Then the holy man stood up and went away. Raman laughed and shouted. He and his friends ran behind the holy man till he reached the outskirts of the village. As the holy man go outside the village, the boys and Raman also followed him. Okay. That night, Raman thought about what the holy man had said. He repeated the words of the mantra in his head. Then he tried to sleep, but for some reason he found this impossible. Raman got out of bed and crept out of the hut. He ran down the road to the tiny Kali temple at the other end of the village. Then Raman, on that night when he was going to sleep, he thought about that mantra repeatedly in his mind, and he tried to close his eyes, but it is not possible for him to go to sleep. But for some reason he found that it is impossible to sleep. Raman got out of his bed and crept out of the hut. He ran down on the road to reach a Kali Mandir on the other end of the side of the village. Okay. Then it was dark and Raman was a little scared, but he plucked up his courage and entered the temple. Raman faced the image of Kali and began to chant the mantra. He repeated the words over and over again. The sound of his own voice and the repetition of the lines began to make him feel sleepy. Raman's heavy eyes were almost shut when suddenly a blinding flash lit up the temple. Then, on that dark night, he get out from his bed and got out from his home and he was very much afraid of the darkness on that night, but in spite of that, he plucked up his courage and entered the temple of Kali. He faced the Kali, he stood in front of the goddess Kali, and he repeated the mantra over and over again. The sound of his own voice and the repetition began to make him feel drowsy, sleepy. When he was reciting the mantra once and once again, then he became very sleepy. Raman's his eyes were almost closed, and when suddenly a blinding flash lit up, that is, a flashing of light was seen on the temple. Raman was now wide awake, his sleepy eyes were like saucers, and he started at the idol. The idol suddenly came to life, and instead of a painted stone idol in front of him, there now stood a moving, breathing goddess Kali. That the goddess Kali was a lively image. It was not an image of Kali. When he was repeatedly, he became drowsy, and when he became out of his sleep, then he saw that the idol suddenly came to life, and instead of a painted image of the Kali, there stood in front of him a lively goddess Kali. Okay, most young boys of his age would have run a mile that they had run a mile had they seen such a thing. But Raman was not like them. Instead of running away or screaming, he began to laugh. The fearsome face of Kali took on an even darker blue, and the goddess' eyes flashed with anger. Other boys, his own friends, they had went away and gone away. But Raman was, instead of going away, he stood there and he began to laugh. And seeing this fearsome face, seeing the laughing of Raman, the Kali the eyes of the goddess Kali flashed with anger. She became very angry. Raman noticed that his reaction had angered Kali, and he stopped laughing. "I beg your pardon, mother," he said. "I didn't mean to be disrespectful." "Then why did you laugh?" asked Kali. Then Raman noticed that goddess Kali became angry at him, and so he stopped his laughing and asked the pardon. He begged pardon, and he said that he did not mean to disrespect the mother Kali. Then Kali was very much angry, and he asked insultingly, "Why are you laughing?" "Well," replied Raman, "you are supposed to have 1,000 heads. This means that you have 1,000 noses. I was just wondering how you blow all those noses when you have a cold." He saw that there was 1,000. He told Kali that he has supposed 1,000 heads, he has supposed 1,000 noses. So he asked him why. He was very much surprised. He was very much anxious to know that how he blow all those noses when he had a cold. She had a cold. Kali's eyes flashed with rage. Then a smile appeared on the goddess' face. "In 1,000 years, never have I been asked such a strange question by a devotee," said the goddess. "But I think I like it." Then the mother was angry, but there was a smiling sparkle in his eyes, and she was very much satisfied at the words of Raman. And so when the boy Kali's eyes flashed with rage, Raman asked him if she had 1,000 heads. Suppose she has 1,000 heads, that means she had 1,000 noses. So if he was just wondering how you blow all those noses when she had a cold. So at these words, hearing the words of Raman, Kali was also surprised. he did not decrease his anger, but his face was sparkled with a smile. She thought that in 1,000 years he had never seen such a devotee, that anybody that asks these strange questions. So the goddess was very pleased and like this, and goddess was very pleased at Rama. Okay, and so I half of the portion of the story, chapter 6, I explained today. Next day I will explain the remaining portion of the story and some word meanings also. Okay, thank you.